Happy spring equinox. Check it out. So earlier today, it's the equinox, 12 hours of night, 12 hours of day, so on and so forth. I noticed that these angelica trees had their first sprouts. Check that out. Is that not cool? Now, the angelica tree is like a sister plant to Devil's Club. It's got these crazy spikes on it and stuff. Now, you can eat these. I don't want to eat the first ones of the spring, but noticing that they've sprouted was kind of inspiring to me. You can eat these, and there is medicinal properties in the underbark. So you shave the outer bark and shave the inner bark, make like a tea or a brew out of the inner bark. And it's got health benefits as well as magical benefits, as they say, like very similar to Devil's Club. But yeah, I noticed that on spring equinox. And up here, I have even more angelica trees. That's a mimosa. It'll be full of mimosas soon. But here's more angelica trees that haven't quite sprouted yet. And there's like a corky center that you can just like plug out with a nail. There's another fresh bloom, fresh sprout on the angelica tree. But yeah, there's a lot of thorns and really, really spiky. You don't want to be trudging through the woods and grab hold of these to catch your balance, because you'll probably poke yourself with these little thorns. But there's a lot of medicinal as well as magical properties that go into the angelica tree. And I am fortunate to have them growing in my backyard. Pretty sweet. So I took the day to just be outside all day. And I've been outside mostly all day. I found this under some moss. It's a coil of barbed wire that moss had grown over, that I found when I was making me a little sacred circle for the equinox. And I found an old green bottle as well. That's pretty cool. But today I built this out of stones that I found in the yard. And it is my equinox circle. So you enter here at the east, and the sun kind of lines up here. And now it's sunset. I don't know if you can see it over the trees right there, but the sun is right there. And that lines up almost perfectly with the west right there. So when that goes down a little further, it'll be spot on with that little rock shrine right there. So this is just my little sacred circle that I decided to make today, celebrating new life, springtime, longer daylight. And it was a lot of fun building this thing today. And all it took was a compass, a tape measure, and a little imagination, and some rocks that I found around the yard. So I got the points marked with stacked stones, or shrine stones, as some people call them. So over here, we got the north. Over here, we got the east, which is where the sun rose this morning. Over here, we got the south. And over here, we got the west. But I don't know. It was a lot of fun making this structure. There's the pine straw that I raked out of the area. And now it's just a little sacred space to meditate, take a nap if you want, whatever. But I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm glad that it lined up pretty much exactly how I wanted it to line up. And it's right here among the angelica trees, which are like, you know, protective plants and stuff like that. And recently, I don't know if, I can't really say for sure if this is or not. I really don't think it is, but it looks like a mound when you think about it. When you come down here and you look at it, it kind of looks like a mound. And this is like right in my backyard behind my camper. So I decided to decorate. Intentional decoration of the backyard. I was kind of stoked to find this relic of the past all covered in moss that was in the circle. You'll see a little dirt spot in a second where I pulled that barbed wire out, and it was a whole coil under moss right there. I originally had it set a little lower, but I realized there's like a little critter hole right there, so I didn't want to block whatever critter is living in that hole. I think it's a snake because I've actually seen a snake trail from this hole down to the little runoff spring down there. But yeah, it's been a good day. Mostly outside, just doing nature shenanigans. And I discovered that I've got some wild food just growing naturally. Like right here, all these little leaves, that's wild strawberry. You can eat the leaves, you can make tea out of the leaves. This over here is, I forgot what it was called, but it's in the mint family. You can make tea and eat that as well as a bunch of, see even more, look, all over the place, strawberry leaves that just naturally grow. You can eat them, you can make tea from them. And then I got all this curly dock, which is also edible, has kind of a lemony flavor to it. So yeah, this is what I would consider like, you know, prime real estate if you're, you know, just a forager or whatever, and you can just forage in your own yard. But anyway, just wanted to share a bit of what I've been up to today on the spring equinox. Also discovered that it's like hound's bane or something like that. Don't eat that. That can damage your liver. That's not edible. Even though it looks edible, it looks tasty, don't eat that. But you can eat that, and you can eat that, the curly dog. And you can also eat the shoots coming off of the angelica trees. A lot of, they're Japanese angelica trees, and a lot of Japanese cuisines like stir fries and tempuras and stuff like that, they'll use the angelica tree shoots, almost like bamboo shoots, in like stir fry and stuff. But anyway, just enjoying the day, enjoying the weather, and seeing if my calculations were accurate when detecting where the sun's going to rise today with this little stone right here as a symbol for the east, and where it's going to set with this little stack of stones right here as a symbol of the West. And it looks like it's pretty spot on. We saw the sun a second ago. It's behind the brush now, but it lined up perfectly with what I built. So pretty excited about that. Thanks. Happy Equinox.